I just think for us, the last 5 or 6 games, good period, bad game, good game, 2 good periods, 1 bad. It's more consistency, and we got to try to find our consistency. And I think, the San Jose game, regardless, and they've been playing well. I don't care what anybody says, is kind of a little wake-up call. So I think that was it, and I thought guys practiced hard today. That's one thing with this group. They recognize something, and they bring. We haven't done many practice, but it was a good practice. So I like that, the energy.
Just maintenance for Hughes and Hronek?
Yeah, they've been playing a ton of hockey, and I felt that they needed 2 days off of the ice and get them nice and refreshed.
Speaking of wake-up calls, is that what you're trying to send to Andrei?
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of guys. I'm not picking on him, but he's got to get his game a little bit more sharpened up. It's not about last year. It's about this year for us. And he's a guy that needed a reset. Worked with him on a few things, some video. I thought he had a good practice today. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow.
When you say in terms of reset, little things, what are you talking about? Defensively, wall work? What are you?
Well, when the puck's out in the neutral zone, you got to hustle back. To be an option. It's just middle drive guy. Pucks around the wall, you got to get him out. Some certain situations, I think those are the little things that I value around here. It's not about just scoring goals. If you're not scoring goals, that's fine. Goal scorers are going to go through slumps. I don't care if he scores. Yeah, sure, you want him to score, but it's not just Kuzi. It's everything. It's the little things that matter, and that's part of our staples. And he has to understand that's the Bible for us around here, and they're very important.
Was the plan originally just one game, and was the decision on Saturday difficult, or was it based more on how many guys were going for you on Friday in Seattle?
Game to game. Like I did, obviously I'm not going to sit the guy on the shelf for a lot of games, but I felt the way we played Seattle, I thought all 4 lines contributed. It was hard to pull a guy out for that, and that's the thought process.
Will he play tomorrow?
Yeah, no, he's going to play. He's in. I'm not that. Some coach. Game day. No, he's going to play. He had a good practice, and we dealt with some things, and he had some energy today.
How much of a slippery slope is that? You're dealing with a 39 goal scorer. You want to get a message across, but it can be sometimes for some coaches that use him or lose him. Sit him too long, you might lose him mentally, but you need him back in. Was that a tough balancing act for you?
Not for me, because listen, if he's sitting in my office saying, "Hey, coach, you're crazy. I'm playing great," and then we got issues. He knows he's not playing well, no, I don't. I mean, I've gone through it. We've all gone through it. So you got to look and you got to self-evaluate, and how do you get better? So no, losing a guy, I don't think you're going to lose a guy that wants to get better. I don't think.
With Kuzmenko being back on the line today, it looked like Giuseppe was the 13th forward. Where's his game at right now?
Yeah, I don't know who's going to come out. It's a tough decision. Giuseppe's been okay. I think he's slipped a little bit. I think he's got to get back to that forecheck and stuff. So we'll see. I'm not sure it's him or not, but we got 24 hours before I decide.
You said as a coach, you can't just hammer the team all the time,
Yeah.
because that's not going to work. And you talked about after that Philadelphia game early in the year taking a step back.
Yeah.
Why did you think it was so important on that Saturday game to be as blunt as you were in your criticism?
Because I think for the last 7 games, our game slipped a little bit, and I've been very quiet. So I'm not going to be quiet very long.
And what kind of response did you feel you got?
Great response today. I mean, that's the one thing with these guys. I've had individuals come knock on my door saying, "Hey, Toc, whether I don't need pat on the back, but they're saying, you're right, we got to get our game." So it's not like, they're calling our staff crazy. That they recognize it. So, I mean, that's the way I deal around here. I mean, you can't be scared to give a guy praise or crap, and vice versa. It's okay for a player to come in and say, I told you before, players come in and go, "Hey, man, I think I deserve a bit of more ice time, watch my shifts." And "Hey, man, you're right, I lost you." Those things, that's the partnership with a player and a coach.
Got 7 of the next 8 games on home ice.
Yeah.
How important is this time for practice time and resetting after the busy that you guys had over the last
17? Yeah, we
17?
needed to practice definitely today. There's some things that slipped, and I thought that, we're a team that likes to play fast, and we played really slow. Not so much in Seattle, San Jose, and some of the periods in the last 6, 7 games. And when we play slow, we're not a good team. I guess every team could say that. I mean, it's not brain surgery, but I think for our team, our identity is that we can play quick. Get the puck as quick as we can up the ice. That's when we're really good. And I felt we're slowing the game down again. It was kind of like last year, regroup, and I think we got to get out of that mode. So that's why this practice was important today.
What's the quickest thing you can transition from practice into game action when you're practicing so much more? Like, what's something immediately that can change from that extra practice time?
Well, I think reps, the reps are huge. I'm a rep guy, puck, how does a winger take a guy in his back? Regroups, where to go. First guy out, where do you go? Like, sometimes you lose a bit of focus. D goes to get it, he doesn't see the guy there, what does he do? He holds it, and then we take it back. So I think it's more the reps of where to everybody to go and get back to our staples.
Was that the first drill? You had two guys going in, retreat the puck, come out, make sure you don't get pinched on the wall. Was that a lot of that?
Well, there's a lot of indirects,
Yeah.
a lot of I think sometimes when our D have it, our wingers aren't demanding the puck, so they wait.
Okay.
Then the D waits, and then all of a sudden, everybody waits, and all of a sudden, the puck's in your own end. So I like to see people demand the puck. Even if it's going into pressure, like, if you have the attitude, I want this puck, I don't care if there's three guys around you, you have a better shot at getting that puck out, instead of just, you're on your heels, And I'm a big on your toe type of guy, and go, I know, need pressure with pressure. The pressure's there, go to it. Don't go away from pressure.
As much as you made so much progress, your
Yeah.
comment after the game Saturday, Rick, was really kind of between the lines, kind of read between the lines. You're like, good playoff teams don't do some of the things you guys did Saturday night. Is that a?
No, it wasn't, it's the last 6-7 games.
Okay.
The games kind of slip. So when it slips, when you go into those type of games, and there's no disrespect to San Jose, because they've played very well.
Sure.
They played really well. They deserve the game. But saying that, you got to have a mental toughness, and you got to kind of get your game back. And I think it's been slipping a little bit, and that's what I meant.
I think I meant more in the sense that it's a slog. It's been a slog to this
Yeah.
point, but.
Yes, it hasn't been horrible. It hasn't been
Yeah.
horrible. We've had some
Yeah.
good games in between. It's not, this isn't Panic's time. It's just that we just a little bit spotty, and why is it? And it's because, like I said, we need more people going. We got to be more predictable. We got to play faster. And there's going to be some moments in the game where, say, a line has a bad shift, or another line, that third and fourth line, whoever it is, can't duplicate the same mistakes. You got to stop that bad stretch, which we did, especially the first 10, 15. I felt we weren't, we stopped those kind of trends. And, we just got to stop some of the trends.
Rick, I'm curious with Kuzi, because
Yeah.
obviously he got the message end of last season about coming here in better shape. We saw, he was in great shape. He hasn't scored as much as he has had in the past, and you mentioned your staples being your Bible of the way you want people to play. How much do you think what he's going through is the fact that maybe he's trying to do too much and get back to where he was last year scoring, as opposed to maybe some of those other little things?
Well, I mean, there's a twofold, right? I mean, you guys bring up the pass, 27%, I don't know what his shooting percentage is outrageous. 500 hockey team. Like, you gotta, the way we want to play a fast style, Kuzi's got to skate. You gotta be a middle drive. I think that's what playoff teams do. You can, I've been in this league a lot to know, you can kind of hide. And I'm not saying Kuzi's hiding, but teams can hide, and some guys can get points here and there, but you're never going to win. So for Kuzi, he's got to make sure that he just does the little things a little bit more now. I still want him to, he's got a one-on-one chance. He wants to do a spinorama. I hope he does. Like, those are the stuff, but I can't have him, it's just not a Kuzi, it's the whole team. You can't do a spinorama with three people around you and we're changing. That puck's got to go deep. Those are the things that we all have to make each other accountable about.
Rick, it's been 2 weeks now since we've seen Pia Suter with the group.
Yeah.
I know you've said day to day,
Yeah.
day to day. Are you able to, provide any more detail? Like, is he out indefinitely, or?
Well, it's a little bit of a setback that we found about a week ago, so it's improving, minimal. I thought we'd improve a lot bit more. So, yeah, we're frustrated too, but he's a missing piece that we really want, but we got to get him healthy, and he's not healthy right now.
So out indefinite, like,
Well,
rather
I was,
than
is it day to day? I mean, he's still got to get back skating, so that's going to probably take a couple of days. So it could be in a week from now. I don't know, but try to be as honest as possible I can. But he's we thought it would be a little bit quicker along, but it hasn't.
upper body injury?
Lower. Yeah.
What's impressed you the most about the Bachelor end of last season and into this season? Maybe things that you didn't know about him, his game overall?
Just his demeanor. The guy's business-like. He's a very business-like guy. His game is very quiet in the nets, which I love. You know, he's not all over the map. He's not like, he's just very, and our team goes, we take that personality of him. He doesn't get rattled either. You know, there might be a goal, but he doesn't let him rattle him. I feel that his demeanor is a big part of our team. And when we see him, the way he acts, it's business. He's a business-like guy. I love that. You know, he's a very hard, very tough, I see him crack a smile once in a while, but man, even after a shutout, it's tough to get a crack a smile. He's just a business-like type of guy. I love the kid. I mean, obviously, he's a hell of a goalie.